YouTube, we're bringing you guys what we think. I'm just completely guessing here. I'm with my chat on Twitch. We're going to try and figure out a top 5 Warzone loadout so you guys know what to level up and how to make your classes going into the new map. First up, we have the Hoger 556. This gun is so good that it got immediately GA'd by the professional multiplayer community. I think I'm going to go for an iron sight build. Right? I'm a big iron sight person. I know a lot of people you're going to see with like that 2.5 scope, a VOK, maybe like some of the old scopes like the recharge and things like that. I think I'm going to try and rely on iron sights, and as the game progresses, see if I think I need a sight on it. But just being able to throw on an extra attachment for extra recoil control, or maybe like high grain ammo, things like that, bullet velocity in Warzone and range just ultimately goes crazy. The problem that ARs had in Warzone 2 is that the range drop-off was a little bit dramatic. So that's my only worry for this gun. But going into it, I think this build will probably play off pretty well. A decent one to rock, and we'll make adjustments as the time go on. Thought process here: recoil control and overall bolt velocity and damage range. Obviously, a lot of these are up for debate still. You guys can see, though, the recoil gun kick and all that, plus the 40-round mag. That's the biggest mag you can put on this gun. If you want to swap one of these attachments for a sight or maybe like high grain, you probably just want to take off whichever one gives you the least amount of recoil control. So in this case, it would probably be the barrel. But then you lose bullet velocity and range, so I don't know if that's necessarily the best play either. Or you just end up going for like a 30 mag, but a 30 mag in Warzone, I don't know if that's going to work out either. So swap one of these recoil attachments for a sight. Go from there. Disclaimer for this video: focus on the Modern Warfare 3 guns. If I see you guys in the new Warzone map only using Modern Warfare 2 guns right off the rip, that's annoying. We'll do a video covering more of the guns later on, but let's focus on Modern Warfare 3. All right, next up we have the Hoger 26 LMG. Same sort of idea as we had on the AR. I'll show these attachments really quickly. The good thing about LMGs, and the thing that made LMGs meta for so long during the last iteration of Warzone, is the bullet velocity, the mobility with the large ammo capacity, if you will. And they keep their damage ranges so much better than the ARs did. So, like, if you're shooting past 50, 60, 70 meters, it's just way easier to hit shots consistently. So, the good thing about this one is it starts with a 60 round, so I'm not going to put a magazine on it. And again, same sort of thing. If you want to run this sight, a lot of people have been talking about this 2.5 Choreo Eagle Eye. So with this setup right here, you can see, looks a lot like the 3-6 scope that we had in like during Caldera times in Warzone 1. But if you can't shoot this one straight, this is me not controlling it at all. Super easy. Straight up recoil. If you can't shoot this one straight, I don't really know how to help you. You know what I'm saying? Super easy to shoot. Decent reload time for a 60. Very, very easy to use. What I would probably do if I didn't run a sight is either try to speed it up with a laser. That's what I did a lot with some of the Warzone 2 LMGs like the RAL or like the RPK. Or you throw on some high velocity or some high grain ammo to help with your bullet velocity and range. That kind of depends on like what your recoil is looking like, though. You could always throw on an underbarrel as well if you still feel like you're struggling to shoot this thing. But I feel like high grain's usually a good shout. It's pretty OP in multi. We'll see how those numbers switch over to Warzone with some of the longer ranges. Super easy to shoot. Next up, we have the Rival SMG. Now, when it comes to secondaries in this new Warzone, I think I'm just a little bit scared because akimbos, snake shots, the akimbo swarms, all those types of things, there's going to be some sort of cheesy combination that probably is going to dominate, especially at the start before they do balancing passes. I don't like the cheesy setup, so here's what I think going to be a pretty good SMG setup at the very start that's going to be very, very useful. And I guess similar to how the Lockman sub played in the last Warzone. You could decide between the 40 and 50 mag if you want a little bit more buildability, but a lot of people like that bigger magazine size. Besides that, we have the Rival Clear Shot Barrel, Purifier Muzzle, Bruin Heavy Support Grip to help handle that horizontal recoil on the Rival, and the Rival Vice Assault Grip. So this one should do you pretty well. It's going to be like your more, I guess, generic SMG setup, but decent visibility, easy to shoot. Gonna be able to get a couple knocks before you have to reload and be able to finesse. Again, I know there might be some cheesy up-close combination that might dominate, but if you want a more traditional SMG setup, probably the way to go here. Next up, we got to talk about sniper rifles. Leading into this category, I don't know if a sniper like this is going to be able to one-shot in the new Warzone, or if it might just be some of the heavier snipers like the Cat, for example. Depending on how the snipers perform with one-shotting, whether it's only bolt action slower, like in Warzone 2 with the explosive rounds, I'll change up these builds depending on that. But this is the one that I like so far from playing a lot of Modern Warfare 3. It's super quick. I'll show the attachments really quick. The KV inhibitor, and I really like this Akalina stock optic on it. Makes it feel very, very similar to like the Warzone 1 Car 98 because the reticle is basically the same. Very fast ADS, decent aim walking speed. Easy to just line up your shots like this. And like I said, the reticle, very, very similar. There is like a decent amount of sway and like, you know, reticle bob when you're walking around. But honestly, it's very easy to shoot. It's pretty cracked out. This is going to be a very good one for resurgence modes and anything that you're playing. Try to snipe a little bit faster pace. Again, really does depend on if we have one-shot headshot snipers with, you know, faster moving, faster shooting snipers like this. And 10 in the mag with a fast reload. We love that. Up next, battle rifles. Since I started playing the Modern Warfare 3 beta, I thought the BAS-B might have a spot in the Warzone meta. Pretty easy to shoot. Really, really fast bullet velocity. And for some reason, the devs just absolutely love a battle rifle being very, very good all the time. And I think the BAS-B might be it. Same sort of idea on the attachments here. I do have... There's like a couple discrepancies here, right? And this is where it comes down to your personal preference of how you want your gun to shoot. I'm trying to eliminate horizontal recoil as much as humanly possible. So that's why I have the tie, which is a Modern Warfare 2 attachment, and the Bruin Heavy support grip here, along with the barrel for some more recoil control and bolt velocity. 45 round mag, because you kind of need it on this. I think it has a 20 by default. And then the heavy stock obviously helps with 20.8% recoil gun kick, plus a little bit of recoil control as well. So again, this one's going to be up to you. And then if you want a sight on it, you have to pick and choose of what kind of recoil you want to keep on your gun, I guess, if you want to run a sight. Again, I'm going to try and focus on these iron sight builds. Here's the stock attachment right there. It's the Ravage 20 heavy. And again, if I had to choose one attachment to swap off, it might be the barrel, just because I think these other attachments help with recoil a little bit more. But like I said, when you get this damage range and bullet velocity, it's going to be... You got to sacrifice something if you guys want to end up using a sight for some easier visibility, I guess. So, like I said, I'm going to try and rely on these iron sight builds as much as possible, just because I think you get the best bang for your buck as far as attachments goes, especially without tuning. So shooting this thing with the iron sight, it's super, super easy to shoot. The recoil, if I just let it go, is mostly vertical with these attachment combinations that I have on. Again, mostly going after the horizontal recoil of the gun. So... Pretty easy to just hold down and control that. And the bolt velocity is going to perform very, very well. All right, guys, we're still learning, and there's still a lot that we're going to be trying out these first couple of days when Urzikstan does come out. There's going to be combinations that probably will perform better on these guns than what I have going right now. But after testing and seeing what other people are kind of using on their guns, we will keep updating our gun document. That we keep updated for you guys on a daily basis whenever we change out any of these weapons, and also making more videos to keep you guys updated on what I think personal preference wise are some of the best builds on the new Warzone map and game. So hope you guys enjoyed. Use these builds, leave a like. I hope they're good for you guys. Gonna try them out and go from there.